Oh, yeah, pipe smokers. Yep. This is the Paul Gilson YouTube channel, and I'm Paul Gilson, aka Paul the Pipe Guy. And we have some Bengal slices. Man, Bengal slices, bourbon aged. Yeah, I got this one tin, and it was a train wreck. That's all right, though. It still all breaks up good. And man, is that delicious smelling. So I've got my pipe, and in this pipe, it's an EA Carey bowl number 323. Was gifted to me from my brother from another mother, Mr. Mark Hill. Yeah. And when I first got this EA Carey bowl, yeah, it was almost white. And it said, just keep smoking it and it'll get darker and darker and darker. And that's what she's done, yeah. Till it turns a nice mahogany color. Let's set something on fire, yeah. So grab your favorite beverage, grab your favorite blending, grab your favorite pipe, you know. Yeah, there we go. Mark Hill, Welsh Piper 62. Thank you so much. Oh, man. That's to die for. So, on my team at work, for the project that we're working on, and I've worked on it on and off for years. We've had 3 kids just up and quit. These kids, they don't like doing something, they just freaking leave. So that basically cut our team in work on this very special project. Cut our team in half. So we had a big meeting, blah, blah, blah. Long story short of it is mandatory overtime. And some Saturdays overtime. So I got my buddy, my good friend, Mike Rhodes. Yeah. That's the guy that owns the leather company, made the sheath for my knife and everything. Just a great guy. And I've been promising him, hey man, I'm going to get some blends out to you, some tobacco blends. And he's like, did you send them out yet? Did you send them out yet? I was like, no man, I haven't had a chance. I get in there when it's dark. And when I get out, it's almost dark now. And then I have to run my daughter to where she needs to go. And then by that time, the post office is closed. And it's like, sorry, man, I'll get it out when I can. You know, he got all excited that I was going to send him some of these cool blends, which I am. And then my good buddy Joey Brewer, he sent me a rusticated pipe, and then I've got the same pipe blank, but it's not rusticated. I got to get that out to him. So there's 2 people I have to get things out to, and it bothers me. I think about that when I'm at work, but it's like, post office is only open from 9 to 5, and if I'm working beyond that, sorry, guys. But everybody that's ever paid for a pipe, whether it be a Gilson pipe or, one of the estate pipes I have on hand, I've always gotten those right out. As soon as I get the cash the next day, they go out. So it's not like I'm putting anyone off that I owe something to. So just remember that, if somebody says that they're going to send you something, but they're like really busy, cut them a little slack. What the fuck? And no, Joey Brewer, I'm not talking to you. Oh, yeah. This is so good. And this pipe is broken in. It's got some nice cake buildup inside of it. Yeah. My buddy Milburn, he ordered a Gilson pipe from me, and he's like, man, I sent $70 out to you on the 30th of September. Have you got that? He says, I got the tracking number. It says like it's lost somewhere in transit. I was like, all right, well, do what you got to do. And he's a friend of mine, Milburn is. I've gifted him a couple pipes. Nice ones. I says, look, man, if they can't find the money I've had probably 40 or 50 envelopes with cash in them that have all gotten here on time. The one he put a tracking number on is like lost in space. I said, look, man, if they can't find it, they don't give you your money back. You're still going to get your Gilson pipe. There's no way you're going to send me another $70. All right. No, I'll send it. No, you're not gonna. I got to take a little break because I got to pee. We'll be back in a nanosecond. Oh, yeah. So every Gilson pipe that's been paid for has been delivered for at least a week and a half. My buddy Rick, he stopped and picked his up last night. And he's like, oh man. He had me do a project it was a learning experience for me. I basically took the pipe, covered it in black stain. Then I gently took steel wool, sanded it down until I got everything like perfect. Everything, there was no it wasn't too dark here or too light here. Just everything came out perfect. The grain looked awesome. The black soaked into the softer grain. I was trying to do a variation stain. And then I took an aqua green stain after I was done with that. And then I put that on top of it and then went to polish it up and stuff like that. And it was just like, oh man, I'm not happy with this. It just didn't turn out the way I wanted it. And my name gets stamped on those pipes. I sanded it down, bare bones, started all over again. Put the black on, same way. I was happy with that. when I went to put the green on, I was like, wow, I remember last time this green didn't like soak into the briar the way I wanted. So I took my heat gun and I heated the shit out of that pipe. Put the green on. Then when I polished everything all up and I could see the two color variations, the black and the green and brown briar, I was like, I don't know about this. I sent him pictures. He's like, I love it. It's just what I wanted. And I was that close to sanding it down again or breaking it in half. So the more I looked at it the next day in the light, wow, you know what? This really does look good. I'm glad I didn't get frustrated. Glad I didn't get frustrated and sand this thing down. So when he got here, he looked at it. He's sitting at my kitchen table here. Wow, man, that thing is gorgeous. And it was bright sun out. I says, well, take it outside and look at it. So he walks out on the porch. I hear, oh my God. Now here's a heavy duty pipe smoker, my buddy Rick. And he says, look, man, he says, here's the thing. These Gilson pipes smoke so good, burn so cool, and they don't get moisture buildup in them because the briar is so old and dry. He says, if I take any other pipes, I got to take two of them. He says, because a lot of the briar companies now, they only age their briar a couple of years. Then they make a pipe, ship it out. It's all about the money. He said, these have been aged for so long. If I go on a trip or something like that, he says, if I throw a Gilson pipe in there, I only need one pipe for the whole day. That made me feel good, you know. You want to be proud of your work. I got this one pipe I'm doing, the next one that I'm doing, yeah. It's actually texted Mark Hill because these pipes come to me like that. And the bottom of that isn't always flat, so sometimes I just decide to sand it right down even. And that's what I did with this pipe. And I said, well, and you know, the stem is sticking out a little bit because I just stained it about an hour ago. He says, what do you call that? You know? And, you know, it's got a flat bottom on it, kind of curves up. And then it kind of has a saddle on the top. He's like, well, I think that would be a lumberman. And he's like, oh, wait a minute, I don't know. So that's the next Gilson pipe. And what I did is I did this in mahogany. So that's mahogany on there. Then what we do is we're going to hit it with steel wool tomorrow. Excuse me. We're going to hit it lightly with steel wool. So it brings up the grain that the stain didn't sink into. You can almost kind of see it there. You can see the grain. And then we're going to hit it with a buckskin. So hopefully I'm going to get a look like that. That's what I'm looking to get. Like that. Just like that. Yeah, that's what I want. Somebody commented when I was smoking those pipes and saying they're Hilsons, Hilson. They thought I said Gilson. No, that's a Hilson moon dial pipe probably from the 1960s. My buddy Rick, he's interested in that pipe along with its mate, which is around here somewhere. That's the billiard. So until he tells me I'm not interested, well, they're in the Rick rack. I've got a rack over here that has pipes in it that my buddy Rick, that doesn't live far from here, that if he's interested, he's like, well, maybe next time. I'm interested in that. Okay, I'll put it in the rec rack for you. It's not for sale. That's what I do for him. You know, he's a very good customer, and he's become a good friend, you know, that too. So cheers, yeah. I'm almost thinking I smoked this whole bowl. Yeah, I think it's definitely toast. But I'll tell you what, there's no way you'll ever be able to see it on camera, but man, you can see it a little bit. There's a lot of carbon buildup in there. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Someday somebody's going to be reaming this pipe out. I'll be dead. They're going to be reaming this pipe out, wondering who owned it. But they won't wonder who owned it because I save all my boxes on every new pipe I get. I write down if it was gifted to me, when I bought it, blah, 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 blah. All that stuff. So with that pipe, they won't be thinking, whose was this? They'll know. Actually, I'm going to be back in a nanosecond. I want to show you, for you fathers, a cool-ass book that I bought for my kids. I bought it for myself to tell them about me, and I want to show it to you. And I'm not selling them or nothing. You can get them off of Amazon, okay? I'll be right back. Let me get that and I'll show it to you. We'll be right back. Okay, so we're back and we've graduated to a cigarette for the last few minutes of the video. So the book that I thought was really cool, it's called, it's by Family Keepsake Journal. It's Dad, I Want to Hear Your Story, a father's guided journal to share his life and his love. And I like hardcover books, so I ordered the hardcover one. It was a little bit more than the soft cover one. And it's cool. You know, it's got questions. I'll just open it up. It's got parents and grandparents. They want to hear the story about that. Spirituality and religion, you know, love and romance. There's not enough room in this book for that. Sorry, kids. More love and romance, yeah. Top 10 songs, top 10 movies. And it's got a bunch of things in there that you know, I've started to fill out. You know, it's your birthday, so it asks you all about that, where you were born, blah, 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 blah. You know, so I'm just going to go through it a little bit at a time. I told some of my kids about this book. It asks about the teenage years. Many pages on that. That's long past me. And so it's a real cool book. I mean, work and career, all kinds of stuff. It's something that you can leave your kids. And, you know, you as fathers, they got ones for mothers, ones for grandparents. You can find them on Amazon. It's under family keepsake journal. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, so then I was like, well, I got that. How cool would it be if I had a real nice old school fountain pen? And so I ordered this. It's a WB for Wordsworth and Black. It's not a quill pen, and it's not one that you dip in the ink, all right? But it's got that sort of a tip, and, it's got an ink cartridge in there. Then I bought myself some nice stationery, envelopes included, and it's cool. I mean, the way this pen writes, I kind of think it's cool, And then I was like, well, my good buddy Welsh Piper 62 turned me on to this. Why not get, because he sent me something and it had like wax stamps. So I got these little candles that are made, and I got my last name, G, right there. So you dip the wax on the envelope and then you stamp it shut. So I, kind of treating myself good. I thought that was pretty cool. So, when I send some of you have already seen this. When I send you the Gilson pipes, I'll include a letter on that stationery. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, we've gone on for 22 minutes. Just remember, those of you awaiting tobacco, patience is a virtue, especially if you haven't bought it. I'm Paul the Pipe Guy. Love all you guys. Over and out.